What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and I thought we'd get this party started with Black Widow, the waifu of the update. And boy, oh boy, guys, does she look insanely wonderful in this uniform. She looks so beautiful. And my initial impressions of this uniform so far, at least in PvE, is that it's definitely a solid uniform. It's definitely a good pickup. Is it going to be a meta uniform? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be a meta uniform in PvP or PvE, although today we're just going to be focusing on PvE. If you guys want to see a PvP run, I can definitely show you that in the future, but she's a mixed blend of both of her old uniforms put together. But as far as your build, guys, she's got 44,000 physical attack. She has pretty much max attack stats except for her critical rate. If you notice, her ignore dodge is sitting at 82%, which is pretty awesome. And then as far as her build, I do have 5-star physical attack urus on her. Well, I'm sorry, actually I have mythic physical attack urus. And then I got 2 Odin's blessings on this girl. So a pretty decent build on her. And as far as the skills, they've done a lot for the character, guys. They've actually changed quite a bit for her tier 2 passive. They actually gave her guaranteed critical rate from what she previously had, and they changed her skill damage from 25% to 30%. So a nice little bump right there. And then for her passive here, they actually increased this dodge rate. This was 10%, now it's 25%, and this was 35% increase in physical attack in her previous uniform, and now it's 40%. And then they also gave her 30% more dodge, which is actually really good against Null. That's actually really nice that they've done that. Now, as far as the rest of the kit, her 1, there's nothing really too different about the 1 and the 2, but the third skill, they actually took some things from her white uniform, gave her ignore iframe, they gave her some ADD, or all defense down, 5 seconds of immunity. They gave her a nice damage proc. And the beautiful thing about this damage proc is that when you hit it, you can actually cancel and go into your other skills and still get the damage proc on the other skills. If you're fast enough, you can literally cancel 3 or 4 skills right in a row and get this damage proc on the final skill, which is awesome. I mean, it really, really helps her damage. It's nice. She also has the paralysis, which is pretty cool. The 4th skill gives her a 55% increase of basic attack, and then it also gives her a 40% increase of critical rate. Now this is a big buff, but on her previous uniform she actually had 35% attack on her 3rd skill, and she had 35% attack on her 5th skill, which is a total of 70% attack. So they actually dropped her attack a little bit in this uniform, but she does a lot more hits in this uniform than what she had in her previous black uniform. So it's really making the difference, guys. And then her 5th skill gives her a huge heal. This is a big, big bonus for her in PvE or PvP because it's going to increase her survivability. It is quite nice. And the other thing that is going to increase her survivability is the fact that this uniform effect actually gives her a decrease all basic damage received by 40%, removes all debuff. The decreased damage received by 40% is actually nuts whenever she's dodging. And guys, she's got a lot of dodge in her kit, so it's actually quite nice with that extra 25% dodge. And then she also has a 35% chance to penetrate everything. And this does signify PvP. The decreased damage received is actually really good for PvP and PvE, and the remove all debuff is actually really good as well. I mean, this is only on a 10-second cooldown, so if she dodges, she can actually have this remove all debuff up quite a bit, which is actually quite nice. Now, as uniform options, her first uniform option is Superior Iron Man, which actually isn't a bad uniform. A lot of people would have this. Her second uniform option is Luna, which is actually a decent uniform. Then the third uniform, Proxima Midnight, really good uniform to have. The 4th uniform, Falcon, terrific uniform. And then the last uniform is Storm, really the worst uniform of the bunch, but she is still a really great support, especially at tier 3 for your elemental characters. So not terrible. So her uniform options are actually pretty decent. I mean, she's actually a really good character, guys. A very, very solid, a very strong character. We do have a stage 12 Power Ranger Hulk set. She does have rank 5 type enhancements, so that's really, really going to help her against Mephisto, who we're going to be taking on. So along with that 40% decreased damage received whenever she's dodging, she's also going to have a decreased damage received by 42% against Mephisto. I mean, she's going to be really, really tanky, and this is going to be a big bonus of having her. The fact that she is a speed type, you can really use her against Mephisto. She's not going to push high levels against him, but she can do pretty well. We have a stage 12 Power Ranger Hawk set. I think I just went over that. And then she has a CTP of energy with a 200% damage proc. This isn't a mighty, this isn't nothing special. And the fact that she has invincibility now on her 5th skill, she really doesn't need immunity to guard break, although if you're going to be playing her PvP, you obviously should be using it. Now, so as far as the rotation, I'll show you guys what I'm doing so far, and you might be a little surprised by what we are going to be doing, but literally you're just going to be canceling the 3, 4, 5. The reason you're going to be doing that is because you can cancel the 3, get the damage proc from this thing. You can see right here, there's that damage proc right there. That damage proc will actually carry over to your other skills if you cancel them fast enough. And then here's the 4, which looks really, really cool, and you can cancel that thing immediately. So you can literally go 3, 4, 5, right? There's the damage proc. There's the damage proc still intact, guys, and the damage proc's landing on the 5th skill, and you're getting all the residual damage from the 4, the residual damage from the 3, all at once. So you're going to do 2 rotations of 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, right? And then your tier 3 is going to be ready to go. Now, I'm actually canceling the tier 3. The reason I'm going to be doing that is because I want the accumulation from her tier 3, but her tier 3 doesn't do as much damage as the 5th skill. And if you get the accumulation up from the tier 3 and then you put the damage proc on the 5th skill, she'll actually do more damage. So it's literally going to look like this. It's going to be 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, and then 3, 4, tier 3, 5. And you'll actually do more damage whenever you do that rotation. Now, you could throw in the 2 if you want. I'm just making it a little bit easy on myself if you want to try to get the tier 3 off a little bit faster. So what we're going to do, guys, is we'll go against Null really quick here and see if we can do a little run here. This is stage 25, right? And we'll just use this team right here, right? She's got plenty of more dodge. And I'll show you the difference in damage the way that I'm doing it versus putting the proc on the tier 3. So you guys can see, you know, what the actual damage difference is. So we'll go 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Here we go, 3, 4, 5. I mean, look at the damage, guys. Really, really nice. Okay. 3, 4, 5. All right. And now we're going to get caught up in cage. No big deal. And then we're going to go 3, 4, tier 3, 5. All right, guys, so you can see right there, like in 30 seconds, we got down to the 43rd bar, okay? And what I'll try to do is I'll try to proc on the tier 3 this time, okay? We'll do 2 rotations, right? And then we'll try to proc on the tier 3 instead of procking on the 5th skill. Okay, so we'll go 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we got caught up in the cage right away, but we're just looking at the damage here, so no big deal. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now in the next rotation, I'm actually going to proc on the tier 3. And as you guys can see, right, we did, you know, about a bar more damage by just using the tier 3's accumulation, just canceling immediately, and putting the proc actually on the 5th skill. So that's what I just found. I found that I'm just doing more damage now. I mean, you might be able to try like another rotation where you try to throw in the 2nd skill. Like we could try to go maybe 3, 4, 5, and then throw in the 2nd skill. Or maybe 2, 1. Let me see here. So the 2nd skill didn't really want to cancel it very quickly there. Okay. And we actually missed our proc right there. And this is kind of what I found, guys. Like, whenever I try to use the tier 3, like in every other rotation, it seems to just miss the proc, right? It's kind of hard to get it in there. I mean, we could try it one more time. Just go 3, 4, or 1, 3, 4, 5. Okay, here we go. There we go. And then we'll try to throw in the 1, 2 there. And again, guys, we just missed a proc on the tier 3. It just doesn't want to go into that tier 3 quite fast enough. So that's the reason I'm going to be showing you the rotation that I'm going to show you guys against Mephisto, is because it just doesn't seem like, it seems like I missed more procs if I play it the way that I just showed you versus the way that I played in this run right here against Mephisto. Now this is stage 30 against Mephisto. And yeah, I mean, guys, she's got a great amount of survivability. Plus, the fact that she has Ignore Iframe built into her kit is actually quite nice because it means that these bosses can't escape her. They can't get away from her, which is really, really cool. And if you notice the way that I'm playing her, you can easily keep the proc where it belongs. No problem, right? Now there, Mephisto kind of got away, so I couldn't go into my tier 3 right away. So we actually missed our accumulation right there. But we're going to go 3, 4, tier 3. And then the 5th skill, you can see the damage proc is enacted from the 3rd skill right there. Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, I know stage 30 isn't super, super high considering the team, but it's still pretty damn decent. You know, my physical attack is about 70%, and I have 22% Pierce on my account. I mean, this is actually pretty decent, you know. I mean, if I had to compare or I had to put some perspective on her damage, she's along the lines of Luna with CTP of Rage, maybe a little bit stronger, but definitely a whole lot easier to play. A lot easier to keep alive also because of the decreased damage received and her always getting that nice 30% heal. I mean, Luna's got heals too, but she doesn't have a lot of decreased damage received. She can die pretty easy, whereas Black Widow is just much, much tankier. And yeah, I mean, and you could actually build this character, you know, a mixed blend to a hybrid build and actually put a CTP of destruction on her. I actually just give you immunity to guard break with HP and a damage proc because she has native penetration in her kit. So she probably could play really well as a PvE and PvP character for you. I mean, it's a good uniform, guys. Like, it really is. It's a good uniform. It's a very good upgrade. I'm actually pretty happy with it, to be perfectly honest. Like, it isn't, I mean, obviously, we always want uniforms to be more OP. We want them to be stronger, but it's good. It's solid and it's fun and it's easy to play. I mean, I think that goes a long, long way. Like, I would use Black Widow for my daily clears. And the thing that's nice about this is, since they revamped, well, not necessarily revamped, but since they increased the rewards for Mephisto because he's considered the 2nd most difficult world boss, Ultron's considered the most difficult, you actually gain more materials by fighting Mephisto. And Black Widow's actually really, really amazing for this. Now, I know we've had lots of great speed characters that's gotten reworks. I mean, Spider-Man, guys, is better than her. He is stronger than her, in my opinion, in PvE and PvP. But she's still really, really good. And for those of you that love Black Widow, she's your waifu, or you just really enjoy this character, you're going to be pretty happy with the results from her, right? She's definitely going to be damn good in AC for sure. She's going to be a very, very good character for that. And you could use her, I believe, in PvP, but from the feedback that I've gotten from other players and from other videos that I've seen, it just seems like, you know, you're just going to be better off using just Spider-Man instead. That's kind of the thing about introducing such a strong free-to-play character, is everybody's going to be comparing him to everybody else. And yeah, Black Widow, unfortunately, falls on the list because she is a speed hero, right? But she is a female. So she does fit some other restrictions that Spider-Man can't fit. But yeah. And here's what's really nice, guys. Like, I'm using the debuff leadership from Maya, but Black Widow also has the debuff in her uniform, right? From her uniform effect. So I can just pretty much face tank Mephisto right now and not worry about, you know, getting stunned. And I just can be super aggressive at the end of the fight, switch my character, no big deal. And what? Guess what? I'll switch my character back to Black Widow and I'll start just going to town again. I'll just start attacking because I'm not worried about him stunning me because we're going to have a debuff removal up pretty much the whole time. It's awesome. This is something that's really nice about having Maya as well, guys. Especially for a character that, say, isn't as strong as, say, other characters. You can just face tank and face tank and face tank. Play super aggressive, not worry about grabbing a hold of all these enchantments, right? And I'll just switch to Maya here. I'll go ahead and let her die. Or I'm sorry, Valkyrie, let her die. And then we'll go back into using Black Widow. I kind of screwed up on Black Widow there. I hit her third skill at the end instead of going 3, 4, 5. So we didn't do quite as much damage there. Yeah. And boom, and this is a pretty easy run, guys. I mean, we had 25 seconds to spare. I would have liked to seen a little bit less time. Like, I wish we could have done it a little bit faster, in all honesty. And considering the build on my Black Widow, that's why I say I don't think she's really going to be a meta. Like, honestly, to be a speed type, to have the type enhancement at rank 5, the fact that I'm using a CTP of energy, she's got a pretty good build, guys. A couple Odin's Blessings. I would have expected a little bit more, in all honesty. I would have liked her to have been able to at least do stage 34 respectively on my account, and she probably could. I think she probably could do stage 34 in all honesty with a really good run. Sorry, buddy, not right now. And man, Dormammu is freaking amazing. I'm loving the hell out of him. So guys, let me know what you think about Black Widow's uniform, and let me know if you do want to see a PvP run with her. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GND+7 time. The link is in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See you, everybody.